Are you thinking about moving to Vancouver Island? It's a dream destination, a place to live for many, many people, but there are some common mistakes, some common pitfalls that newcomers often encounter. So today I'm going to share with you the 3 biggest mistakes that I made when I moved here years ago and how you can avoid them. Let's jump in. Welcome to Living on Vancouver Island. If you're considering a move or just curious about what life on the island looks like, hit that subscribe button and join our community. One of the first surprises that I wasn't aware of when I moved here was the cost of living. I just naively assumed that living on the island would be about the same as where I lived. I came from northern Alberta, but that's not the case. It's worth noting that the cost of living on the island is higher. Now, it's not like you have to be a millionaire to live here, and it still is more affordable than some of the large cities like, say, Toronto or Vancouver. But do your research. Google the grocery store in the community that you're considering moving to on the island and see what their prices look like. Compare it with what you're used to paying now so you won't be shocked. Also, make a detailed budget. Use tools like WorkBC's cost of living calculator. It's a website you can Google, and there you can estimate expenses that you'll have to pay living in different communities, and you can type in stuff about your lifestyle and see, well, what will it look like if I live in Ladysmith, for example. It's actually a handy tool. Now, another mistake that I made was assuming that the employment and job opportunities would be the same as where I was. Again, I came from northern Alberta many years ago, but it was an oil town and there was no shortage of job opportunities and job opportunities where you could make a really good, healthy living. The job market on Vancouver Island is smaller and it can be competitive. Now, while BC itself saw an increase of 5,700 jobs just this past month in 2025, and full-time employment opportunities also rose by 10,000. That is BC as a whole. That's not Vancouver Island. It's hard to get Vancouver Island stats, but it's easier to get the whole province. So it's important just to take into consideration that in general, less people live on the island. With less people living here, there's less businesses, there's less job opportunities. If you're self-employed, there's still a lot of opportunities, but maybe do some digging around if you are looking for an employer and start putting your resume out before you come this way. There's also another website that I can recommend, WorkBC's Labor Market Outlook. Google that, and you can actually dive into the subject of some sectors that will be hiring or are hiring now, and then plan accordingly. Another mistake I made was overlooking transportation. I wasn't really aware. Now, there is public transit. There are buses that go up and down the island, just not very many. And there are buses within the cities on the island. Just again, not very many. So in general, most people on the island, they'll have their own vehicle. If you want to get around quickly, by any means, you'll need to have your own vehicle. And then of course, taking into consideration that we're on an island. To get back to the mainland, there's a ferry involved, and that sailing takes 2.5 hours. But it's not just that 2.5 hours, you also have to wait in line for maybe 90 minutes. So it could take 4 hours to get to Vancouver from Vancouver Island. So that really slows life down. It makes you plan more. You don't go over just for dinner. So I didn't really understand that. I just knew that I wanted to be where the weather was mild, and ultimately I am grateful I made the decision, but it opened my eyes that being on Vancouver Island, it's more of a hurdle to get off, and there's cost involved too. So really I plan more if I'm leaving the island. Overall, living on Vancouver Island has been a really great decision for me and my family. It's been an incredible experience, but it's not without its challenges. Nowhere is perfect, but by going into a really important and big decision like moving your family with your eyes open, you'll set yourself up for success. So understand that the cost of living is higher. You don't have to be ultra wealthy to live here, but it does cost more. Also research those employment opportunities for the sector that you want to be within or you are within. And then again, plan out your transportation. Realize you'll likely need a vehicle, and realize coming to and from the island, it takes time, and it does take money too. There's an expense. So if you found this at all helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more insights. If you're coming this way, you're home shopping, I encourage you to reach out. All of our contact information is on our website at seizethedaygroup.com.